What's up, everybody? Welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei, and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA Saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And on today's video, guys, I will show you several quite interesting news. First of all, I will show you some, let's say, preliminary results in the Wes Christian versus Scott Roth lawsuit. And I have to admit that this lawsuit raises more questions not only to Wes Christian but to Scott Roth as well. On top of that, guys, I will show you some updates in one of the 1209 so-called 1209 cases, and I will show you that you should double check all information that you want to repost or you are trying to argue. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for you. On top of that, if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to join my Patreon account. And guys, for now the market is really crazy, and if you want to preserve your capital and if you want to be consistently profitable, guys, this is pretty much the perfect chance for you to be on a green territory for the majority of times, and you can use Discord access tier for just about $1 a day, and it will help you to mitigate your potential losses and improve your profitability on the market. But with the gold tier membership, guys, you have an unique chance to use my experience of more than 13 years on the stock market, on crypto market, and on forex market as well. You have pretty much unlimited access to my brain, to my analysis, and you have a weekly Zoom call, a weekly 30-minute Zoom call where you can ask me anything in regards to your portfolio, to your strategy, in regards to the upcoming market movements, etc., etc. And guys, you know that just less than 24 hours ago, Donald Trump implemented new tariffs, and here was the substantial disaster on the market. SPY index dropped by about 5%, and let me show you a sneak peek on my Discord group. As you can see, just yesterday at 5:49 p.m. I published this video where I explained what you should or you should not do with the upcoming news and how these news might affect the stock market in general. And right after I published this, market has a substantial drop. And on top of that, guys, take a look right here. The tweet that I published right after the news came out. This is a perfect example of why you should never bet on any news. And I published the same chart of SPY index. And that is why, guys, if your potential losses are more than $150, guys, it is a perfect opportunity for you to just mitigate it and to be consistently profitable. That is why, guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel and join my Patreon account. So, and let's begin today's video with this tweet that was written by Scott Roth just several hours ago. And let me quote you this. Wes Christian stepped in it, and finally, after 25 years of being a blight on the Texas legal community and the ban of retail traders everywhere, with his well-rehearsed playbook of deceit, destruction, and nefarious behavior, finally has counter battery to deal with. Yes, James Wes Christian has been doing his usual intimidation via litigation and threats and the hideously overreaching litigation hold letters sent out to various people involved in the whole MMTLP and next breach situation. He's carrying Greg McCabe's bags for him to the plane. Most likely should dry wells need to flee to an extradition-free country, but I digress. I suspected something was wrong with Wes in June 2023, when his flamethrower LLC PR turned out to be just one more John Burda propaganda piece, and for reasons that will be clear in court, Wes never intended to get to the bottom of the share count of fraud in MMTLP. Hell, if everyone remembers, he was paid to look at MMAT and MMTLP and said a meritorious claim for naked shorting existed. Then nothing was done. He did the same when handed swap information too. Action to benefit MMTLP shareholders was one subpoena away, but he balked. I've got the receipts. And now he submitted a funding request that he needs $11 million to investigate MMTLP, something that the cruel and ambitious Daniel Spears and others has pointed out he has no business doing, as he represents NBH now, and McCabe and he's suing one MMTLP shareholder and threatening to sue others, and McCabe owns MMAT shares. Simply put, he sued me for $250,000 for calling him a fraud. He then determined that maybe I hadn't called him that much of a fraud and knocked it down to $50,000. To be fair, he told the court it was a typo, but we all know it was a huge number thrown out to try and scare me off. And his lawsuit, signed under oath, mind you, stated he was now damaged in his business for $50,000 by my mean words. So, you see, MMTLP found he continued a fraud upon the court, to use a Texas legal term. At the time he signed off on the complaint that he was damaged, he was being hired by NBH and was hired to represent NBH and Greg McCabe, and now they are truly gone. The University Lands permanently terminated the NBH leases on the Orogrande on March the 1st of this year. In closing, here is the rub. He told the court he was damaged by Scott Roth, yet then was hired by NBH after his reputation was supposedly damaged. That is all. Here is the motion to dismiss filed by my attorney. And he added the link to this motion. And guys, let me quote you a prayer in this motion to dismiss. So, he wrote, Scott and his lawyer, therefore, premises considered, defendant Roth respectfully requests that this court A. set a hearing on his TCPA motion to dismiss within 60 days of this filing. B. Grant his TCPA motion to dismiss within 30 days of the conclusion of said hearing. C. Dismiss Christian's claims for defamation and business disparagement. D. Award Roth all court costs and attorney's fees incurred in defending against Christian's claims pursuant certain section, I don't want to quote it EU in details. E. Impose sanctions against Christian in an amount of the court determines sufficient to deter the bringing of similar actions by plaintiffs in the future pursuant the same section. F. Grant Roth such other and further relief, special or general, legal or equitable, that Roth might be justly entitled to receive. And guys, I have to admit that some details in this document are very impressive. For example, this one. Let me show you somewhere here. Here, tweets 1 and 3 are of concern to the public because they implicate the commission of a crime that Christian may be involved with the cover-up of activities done by paid company consultants, Clinton Plant, that falsified online and presented to the public as true certain values of oil and well production. Christian, by and through his representation of Flamethrower LLC, was in position to know this and had the requisite background and details of company information to identify this fraud, but choose to conceal it. And guys, I have to admit that, we know that Clinton Plant was hired by NextBridge Hydrocarbons, and we know it from the official documents of NBH, and he basically cooked a report that shows that Orogrande Basin has a huge amount of oil and gas, and definitely it was a pure misleading information, and potentially Wes Christian knew about this, and he didn't disclose this in any of his official statements. So guys, definitely I don't want to say that everyone are perfect in MMTLP community. We are the people and we can make mistakes. But if someone makes one mistake after another, and this person doesn't want to admit these mistakes, but at the same time he also had, let's say, some litigation processes that happened back in the days that wasn't so successful, to tell you the least. But at the same time, this person is consistently appearing around different ticker symbols that are very popular among retail investors, and his appearance in these cases leads to zero results. Definitely it raises even more questions, but guys, I want to pay attention to quite interesting information. Here is the signature of J. Mitchell Little, attorney for defendant Scott Trott. And take a look right here. Jennifer Vitrana made this tweet right after this post of Scott Trott was published. And she wrote, Mitch Little, Chief and Stone LLP, overview. And let me quote you some details. Mr. Little consults individuals and business organizations in state and federal courts in Texas and beyond, with an emphasis on cases involving securities fraud. Having a variety of experience dealing with the victims of oil and gas promotional fraud, Ponzi schemes and all types of investment theft, Mr. Little has represented investors from all over the United States. Mr. Little has represented clients in disputes across a wide array of other industries, including real estate, construction, retail, manufacturing and technology. And here is the list of his achievements. I want to pay attention to just several of them. Lead counsel in a $1.4 million arbitration victory on behalf of boutique investment bank against its client, recovering its unpaid transaction fee, interest and attorney's fees. Lead counsel in a more than $1 million arbitration victory on behalf of sellers of business against their investment banker and its principals for gross negligence and willful misconduct. And guys, his set of victories are quite controversial because on the one hand he was on the side of retail investors, on the other hand he clearly was on the opposite side. And this means, guys, I would say with all these victories, you have to think twice before you hire this type of person. And definitely, I don't want to say that Scott has something to hide or he doesn't have anything to hide. To be honest, I don't know. But at the same time, I just want to show you the most relevant information in this case. And I know that some people in MMTLP community doesn't like Scott Trott, some people doesn't like Wes Christian, and vice versa. Some of them are extremely supportive for Scott Trott's actions, and some of them want to see the resolution through the flamethrower and Wes Christian actions. Guys, to be honest, no one knows about the resolution itself. No one knows through which path it will happen, and no one knows when it happens. And definitely we have to push our case forward as hard as we can. And to be honest, we don't have, as I already mentioned, we don't have bad actions. All actions are good for MMTLP community as long as these actions are polite and professional and are staying in line with all the laws. So definitely we have to be very focused on our main goal, and this is just a part of this saga. Let me show you further. As you can see, Jennifer published this tweet, and she also added this GIF. Yikes! So she also doesn't like his attorney. And guys, to be honest, this attorney was hired by Scott Trott in order to defend him in the litigation process against Wes Christian. But his main lawsuit, as you can see right here, this is the court listener of Trott versus Rubinstein case. And if you click on this tab folder, parties and attorneys, you can see that a lot of basically all of his defendants have a lot of attorneys, but Scott Trott represents himself. This means, guys, it is a pro se lawsuit, and this means this information from Jennifer Vetrana, well, it raises some questions, but I don't think that it might affect our main case or Scott Roth's main case. And let's take a look at Jennifer Vetrana case. Let me show you right here that we have an update that was filed just yesterday in her litigation process, and this is this document in details. It is well, Ken Hanna, another defendant in this lawsuit, asks to extend a deadline to the same exact date as was set for John Burda and Alison Christian Law, and it is June 16 of this year. I think this motion will be granted by the judge, and yes, we have more and more deadlines that are set to the same exact date on June 16, where all these defendants should make their answer to the questions that was asked in the previous motion that was filed by Jennifer Vetrana. So, and guys, let me show you another quite interesting detail. Here is the Twitter account of X Market News, previously known as, I guess, MMTLP News. And they made the rebranding, and they are trying to, let's say, work for a broader audience. And here is the tweet that was written by X Market News just 16 hours ago. Just in, over 10,000 inquiries sent to President Trump urging action against naked short selling, including executive order draft from We the Investors Advocacy Group, 2,700 plus direct letters from retail investors via Fair Market Now, 8,700 plus petition signatures calling for temporary short selling ban to investigate naked shorting. And guys, definitely you know that some countries like South Korea already banned, at least temporarily, the short sellers' activity on their stock markets. But it doesn't mean that we might see the same actions from US stock market and from Securities and Exchange Commission. On top of that, guys, you know that I'm not against the short sellers in general, because it is a part of the fair market, and it is just a nature of the market where you can borrow and sell some shares in order to benefit out of its movement to the downside. And if you remove these so-called options from the market, this action will destabilize the market. And on top of that, guys, take a look right here. If you just Google ban naked short selling, and if you add date, you can see that on September 17th of 2008, SEC issued a new rule against naked shorting, making it crystal clear that the SEC has zero tolerance for abusive naked short selling. And guys, naked short selling is forbidden in the United States stock market, and the only problem is that some companies are trying to break this rule. And we know that it happens from time to time, and we know that SEC is trying to prosecute these entities. At the same time, guys, the majority of cases when people are claiming that it is a naked short sellers that are trying to push a certain asset down, it is not the case. And the very meaningful example of this is MULN stock with their, I believe, 6th or 7th reverse stock split, and with their extremely high dilutional processes. That is why, guys, just be cautious with any statements that you make, and be cautious with the reposting of certain news from just a Twitter account that also promotes MULN stock. Somewhere here you can find that this Twitter account is trying to promote MULN stock and trying to say that it is just naked shorters who are pushing the MULN stock down. It is not the case. That is why, guys, you have to be very cautious with these statements. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad.